Jess and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a first impression review of the Tarte Shape Tape Matte Foundation. So if you guys want to know what I thought about it, then please keep watching. So the foundation I'm going to review today is the Tarte Shape Tape Matte Foundation. Woo! I'm like super duper excited to review this. I've actually never tried the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in my life just because of the price point. I just find it really hard to spend that amount on such a small amount of product. So if I'm correct, they brought out a matte version and a hydration version of the Shark Tape. Damn, I'm not functioning today. A matte formula and a hydration formula. I'm a little bit late to jump on the bandwagon of reviewing this foundation. I've just had so much going on, like it's just I've never had the time to do it because these type of videos kind of require a whole entire day to film the start of it and the end of it and everything like that. So I actually bought this the second it was launched. I received it like 2 days later, so I've had it for absolute weeks and it's been sitting on my bench. It's been eating at me. I've been dying to try it because it looks amazing to me. I've actually never used a Tarte product in my entire life. This is the little box it comes in. It's quite luxurious, it's quite nice, it's basic. And the bottle, oh, I love the bottle. Look at it, it's so cute. So this is what the actual foundation bottle looks like. It is super heavy, super sturdy. It's glass. I like that. I hate when you buy a expensive foundation and they give you a plastic packet. Super sturdy packaging, might not be the best to travel with due to the fact it is glass, so I would probably depot this if I was traveling with it. Ooh, no scent. That's cool. So it's got the same applicator as the Tarte Shape Tape from what I've seen in other people's videos. I totally forgot that that was the applicator. I'm so excited. So yeah, as you can see, I'm going to match myself to my neck and chest and not my face. Just to clarify, because a lot of people get confused about that. I always like smell my foundations, which a lot of you guys appreciate. People with sensitive skin cannot use fragranced products, and so like I always give them a little smell. This has like pretty much no scent to it. It has a very slight smell of like foundation, but it's subtle, it's nice. How much do I need of this? Is that too pink? I have no idea how much I need of this. So I'm just going to start here. Oh, that might be a bit too pink. This is meant to be like yellow based. Alright, it's an odd colour. I don't know if you can tell on camera because on camera my foundations always look like a perfect match. In person, they don't. It's really weird. A little bit does go a long way. Wow. Okay, so it's saying it's oil-free full coverage. I don't know if I just applied a sheer amount, but that's not full coverage to me. I can still see all of my freckles. Like you probably can't see them. Like, I can still see all of my freckles, so that's not full coverage to me. I've literally used Rimmel cheap foundations that are higher coverage than that, so it might just be that I didn't apply enough, so I'm going to apply a little bit more on the other side. But it does dry incredibly fast. Like, that's probably the fastest drying foundation I've ever felt in my life. It feels like powder. Alright, I just don't know how much I'm supposed to use. Oh, I don't know how I feel about this colour. I have eye goop. That's really attractive. The colour isn't right for me. It looks so good on camera. What the heck? In person, it's like super, it's like, it looks like salmon coloured. Like it's really pinky, I don't know. It did say that this colour was meant to be yellow based, I'm like confused. Okay, yeah, it's like super dry. Okay, I'm just going to finish this off and see how we go because I'm confused. This is like very different to anything I've tried before, so I don't really know how to feel. I have heard that you do have to work with it really quickly, so I did notice just then that when I was trying to blend it into my jawline, it wasn't really moving because I'd left it sit there for too long. So yeah, you definitely do have to move with it very fast. So this side has set. It doesn't have much of a glow in person. It actually looks quite dull. It's just my ring light that's like bouncing off my face and making it look luminous. But in my actual mirror, it looks very quite like dull. Which it is a matte foundation, so it's not meant to be luminous, but I don't know. I feel a little bit patchy, and that could just be because it dries so quick that I don't have time to kind of blend it properly. But like I literally can't fix it now because it's stuck. So I'm going to go in with another layer and see how that goes. It's weird because when I put it on like that when it's wet, I like that colour, but when it's dry, I don't like the colour. I'm just going to put a crap ton of this on and see how we go. But to me, if it says full coverage, it should be full coverage within one application, because anything can be high coverage if you layer it and layer it and layer it and put on like the whole bottle. So yeah, definitely right now it's full coverage. That's because I just applied like pretty much 3 layers of it. That just like wiped out my eyebrows. Come back to me. Okay, so this is how it looks on. I've let it set for a second. It still has a slight tackiness to it. Very slight though, so it's definitely matte. I feel like any wrinkles in my face are going to really show up today just because it's so thick, because it's not hydrating, so it's probably going to crack in a few places. So we'll just have to see how it goes throughout the day, but initial review, in person it looks a lot worse than it does on camera. On camera it doesn't look too bad at all. Like I actually really like how it looks on camera. In person the colour is way too pink compared to my body, which is definitely yellow based from my fake tan. That could be my fault, but they did advertise it as a yellow base because it's called medium honey. With one layer I didn't like it. It looked quite sheer. It was like patchy. It looked darker in some places than others. 2 layers I don't mind it. Like it looks quite good now. So I'm wondering if this is going to be like a really good heavy duty foundation for like a night out or something like that. As you can see, it's definitely high coverage, definitely matte. Yeah, that was after I applied quite a bit more of the product. So yeah, that kind of annoys me a little bit because I feel like any product can be full coverage when you apply half the bottle. But if you advertise as high coverage, it should go on high coverage with 1 layer. So that's just my opinion. So we'll just see how it goes throughout the day. Okay, so for the change of lighting, I have been wearing it now for 7 hours, so quite a fair amount of time. I will say that I only started to get oily within the past hour or so. Obviously that is highlight that I placed on myself, but there's quite a bit of shine on my forehead, kind of in the center here that I didn't put highlight on my chin. But yeah, I can kind of really notice it in this general area and this area here, which is a little bit unusual for me. Usually my really oily sections are just kind of like a really small strip down the face, but it's like kind of all over. Probably just touch up those little areas around here that I don't really like. No one really adds shine there. It's kind of an area that you don't really put it, so I probably would just touch up that little area there, maybe a little bit on my forehead, and I'd probably be fine. It's not bad at all. Yeah, it's not bad. Like, it's really not a bad foundation. My pores are a little bit visible because of how high coverage and how much product I had to put on my face to make it high coverage. It's oxidized. You can see there's a difference in colour between my face and my chest. It's definitely not the most flattering foundation up close. You can see little bumps and pores and wrinkles and everything like that, which is pretty common for a foundation, but when it's an expensive one and I'm paying that much, I probably wouldn't really want that, because I've definitely paid for a foundation that's been cheaper that hasn't done that before, so I would just expect a little bit better. It's definitely a little bit of a different foundation. I don't think I've really used one like it. It has like the look of a powder finish and the rest of it looks quite oily, so it's like 50-50. It's like powder finish, oily, and it's like, oh, I think there's quite a bit of grease there. So I will say that this, it's okay. I probably would wear it for like a night out if I wanted something like super heavy and flawless. So it does look quite flawless. Something that I only needed to last a couple of hours maybe it'd be good for. I don't think an everyday, all-day basis it would be nice, because I'm not liking, like, I don't know. Like, I don't mind the shine, but if it says it's like a matte foundation, I already have better foundations. My L'Oreal Matte Infallible, I swear by that, and it's way cheaper, so I don't think it's going to be something I'm going to repurchase. How the matte foundation is after 7 hours, you've got to wonder what the luminous looks like. So yeah, I think I'll leave this video here. I really don't have much to say about it other than those few things, like I'm just not fussed, whatever. Not going to buy it again. I might wear it on a few different occasions, but like it wasn't worth the money to me. It was a bit of a waste. I think it's just very hyped up and I feel a little bit let down from the hype. But that's totally fine. That's why we make these videos, to save you guys spending the money. I'd probably give this foundation, I'm going to say a 4 out of... no, because it's not that bad. 6 out of 10, just because the hype was so like huge and it was such like a letdown for me. But like, I definitely, looking in the viewfinder, I like the finish. I like the way that it looks. I like having that luminous glow, but it's not what it advertised as, if you get what I'm saying. Regarding the shade selection that was released and the drama that was caused with that, if you've watched my videos, you would know that I comment on this on pretty much every single foundation launch, so this is nothing different to me. This is nothing new. Pretty much no foundations have that good of a foundation colour range apart from Fenty Beauty. If you watch any of my foundation reviews, that's pretty much the first thing I say, is that this doesn't have shades for fair people, this doesn't have shades for darker people, this has shades for medium tan people, and that's it. So this is honestly no shock to me. This is nothing new. They need to step up their game, especially being a high-end brand. They really should have thought that through a little bit better. Super disappointing, but honestly not surprising, because it seems to be the case with a lot of foundations. Especially in Australia, we have a really poor colour range. And yeah, I pretty much address this in every single one of my videos, so I literally have to fake tan for my foundation reviews, because no brands make a fair enough shade for me. So even in this packet where it's got the fair beige, that would be like 5 shades too dark for me, and that's their lightest shade. So it's a huge disappointment for everyone that's not smack bang in the middle, which I'm not even. I literally have to fake tan to become that. But yeah, I think it's very disappointing on everyone's part. I'm glad a lot of people have been addressing it, but honestly it's like, it's not new news. Like, this is with like literally every other foundation I've reviewed has been the same. So if you guys have tried it, leave a comment below letting me know your thoughts and your skin type and how it worked for you. I would love to hear it all. And I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!